40-run partnership of 75 balls, and South Africans are not even targeting you. I think that all they are looking to do is to bowl this. Basic line and leg stuff. 93 for 2. Could transpire a current run rate of 4.23, and they would get up to 211. Like Hazen was saying now, 90%, 95% of people who've posted over 240 have gone on to win on this ground in day and out internationals. Oh, the last thing I want to say about this is it's not mystery spin. And people might say, oh, well, maybe I don't want to risk taking it over the top. Well, I don't think it's much of a risk. The play is much quicker than if you have Pakistan. You've got to be confident enough to use your feet and pop it over the offside. You can have a stock sweep. Stock sweep is a massive area. It's just orthodox off spin. There's no deuceras. There's no Karen balls. Now, the thing to look forward to is that this partnership has got to make sense for Pakistan. So they've consumed 78 balls. What they can't do at this stage is to get out there, because then, I mean, there's been a little bit of momentum. It's not a great sort of jaw-dropping partnership, but wicket is not going down, so there are wickets in hand. And that's the way Pakistan usually play the ODIs, wickets in hand and go hard in the last 10 or 15 overs. It's the old-fashioned way of dealing with ODIs, but they seem to be quite happy doing it. There we go. There we go. Goes for an absolutely middles it. He probably was looking for a little bit straighter because there's no fielder closer there. Markham sits with his hands on his head saying, oh, that was close. But I don't think it was. I think the contact was good enough from the outset. 100 bring brought up for Pakistan. Given some air, just 80 kilometers an hour. He's been operating 90, 88, 94. That's all played. Your walkie-talkie seems to be working with Rizwan. He's heard you completely, absolutely. So must not get out. So make use of this platform, this partnership. Goes for the skip. Did he get on it? The way that Klaasen has reacted, you would think he did the same. I made in Markham. He was in position early, and what that does mean is that the keeper can anticipate. 101 for 2 after 23. We talk a great deal about batsmen being sort of improviser.
Why do we accept waiting 2 weeks for payday? Thanks to Chime, I don't have to wait to get paid anymore. I couldn't believe it. I can get up to $500 of my pay on my schedule. There's no interest, no credit checks, no mandatory fees. Join me at Chime.com and get paid when you say.
Martin was appreciating the effort behind Vic Klaasen. We'll have a look at slow-mo to see if there was contact made. That's nicely clipped fine, and then we're looking to come back for the second. The side against it. Takes the partnership to 49 off 83. But yeah, that's the way the keepers operate these days, isn't it? As soon as you get down to play that pedal, they kind of anticipate that you're going to make contact and not miss it. Klaasen did that. Got it to hit him in an area where he thought he could grab a hold of it. And unfortunately for South Africa, not to be. Not really an ultra edge. ball hitting the bat, and the keeper then reacting and almost took a great catch. This shows also about the technology. When you get a good edge in it, it makes a sharp kind of heartbeat. But because it just ran along the bat, it was a very small. See the deflection. I suppose the trick may be also to be that if you get down to play it, then don't touch it. The keeper's anticipating. You see, Rizwan being just a little bit conservative is that whenever Pakistan lose an ODI or a T20, they are labeled as villains on social media, that is. And so that must have an impact on the psyche, on the mindset, because when you're out there and you want to score runs just to sort of shut up the trolls, then you act like this, where you're desperate to get a 50 or desperate to get a milestone. I'm just guessing. I don't know whether Babar and Rizwan feel that way, but there's a lot of traffic regarding these two whenever Pakistan doesn't show up on a forfeit. Three singles in a row. One of them brought up the 50 points. 51 between the two of them, of 88 deliveries. And the only thing I would say, Ramesh, is I watched a couple of the replacements that came in the middle overs there in T20 format. Usman Khan and Tayyab Tahir. I wasn't overly impressed by what I saw there. So if those are the replacements, then there's no reason to be trolling these two. I mean, these two are vastly experienced and quality players. Current score is looking like they end up with 217, which is down. And initially, I think about 5 or 6 overs ago, they were looking like they were going to post 240 at the current rate. And that's why I'm a bit surprised, because, as I say, I don't really feel that this is a massive risk to take on some of the bowlers they're facing at the moment. Drag down and get one away for a single. It's nasty play. The placement is superb. Slightly overpitched for Wade and Markham. And Brad Razan does not miss out. That's a great shot. It's a wonderful cover driver. And it's an example of how good he looks when he's on top of his form in top gear. Hoping that he'd play one against a spin like that. And this was beautifully driven. Brings up his 33rd one-day international 50 for Babar Azam of 73 deliveries. Yeah, he's been an asset, a great player for Pakistan over the years. In fact, he's a world beater on the day. Babar Azam will heave a sigh of relief, a 50. And something to show for. His record against South Africa is pretty impressive in ODIs. That's for nice and fine. That might be another boundary. Gives chase and does cut it off. So that's a really good over for Pakistan. More like it from them, 10 from it, on 14 for 2.
Guys, how frustrating is it to find a great pair of jeans? Too tight here, too loose there, too long there? Standard jeans use just 2 measurements, and Taylor Custom Jeans use 7 different measurements to give you the perfect fit. Your phone can measure you right now. Download the M Taylor app on iOS or Android. Choose from hundreds of styles. M Taylor measures you digitally and is 20% more accurate than a professional tailor. With free shipping and a money-back guarantee, get your new favorite pair of jeans today. M Taylor, available on the Apple App Store or Android.
On the others, at 4-8 so far. For the size screen, there's an issue with the advertising being unable to turn it to a black. Decent crowd, and you do get the feeling that later on there'll be probably a couple of people on the beach, and as heads towards late evening, they might make their way across. That's a good natural angle for Rizwan to hit one over mid-wicket because he plays that slot sweep expertly. But he has not really ventured against Shamsi. Hit a huge 6 against Markram. Let's see whether he can hold himself back. 30 is of 44. That's nicely played. Use of the feet, trying to target the area where there's no man back. And he gets near the pitch of it, punishes it away. As always, is a jaw-dropping experience when he's playing that drive through the offside. Beautifully played. A little bit of width. Employed himself instinctively there with that massive drive. Knew exactly how to deal with that length, with that width. Score and then really bash it at the back end of the innings. And why it was introduced is to almost bring an extra fielder up so that there was an extra boundary option. And when the spinner's operating, so normally Tabraiz Shamsi could push that man at mid-off all the way back to the fence, but he can't because of the regulations. And that's why I feel like a team like Pakistan today haven't tried to utilize that. It's nicely swept, and Beyonce should cut that off, but they will come back for 2. We did see Babar Azam earlier on in this over, use of the feet and targeting that area. I suppose as South Africans, we've always just thought people from the subcontinent, brilliant players of spin. Do you still think they're as good as maybe back in the day? I mean, yeah, but the standard has lowered just a little bit. I think the others are catching up as well. So you see South Africa playing spin a lot better. Saw New Zealand beat India 3-0 in a test series in India, 121 for 2. So I think the gap is closing. Babar Azam is a superb player through the offside. Flawless, almost flawless. Every time he saw the opportunity, went after it. The other thing about his batting is that you don't, I mean, even when he's defending, he's looking good. It's not that when he's hitting fours,